Hello, and welcome to Orion Outreach. I'm your host, Stacy Calloway. If you know of someone who's been diagnosed, survived, or died from breast cancer, then today's topic will interest you. I'm here with my guests, Matt Pfeiffer, Jerry Narsh, Garrett Hoffman, and Aaron Watley from Real Men Wear Pink. So let's get started. Let me first thank all of you for coming in and talking to us about such an important topic. Who came up with this concept?
Well, many people way before us came up with it, but we, all of us, we are kind of Real Men of Orion is our little club name within Real Men Wear Pink. We all believe that it's our responsibility to give back to the community that's given us so much over the years, so all of us you'll see at different events to help better our community and to give back and help those in need. And this one really speaks to us, as I think, I don't want to get into statistics, but most of us have been touched by breast cancer, whether it be through friends, family, or both. And it's a horrendous disease. And so all of us feel both our responsibility to give back and our responsibility to help those dealing with some pretty tough challenges is great. And that's why we do it.
So how exactly are you giving back? Talk to us about what does this event entail?
Well, Real Men Wear Pink is a national campaign. There's thousands, over 3,000 men from across the country that will be participating. And there's Real Men of Detroit. There's Real Men Wear Pink of Oakland County, which is us. And this is the third year for Real Men Wear Pink of Oakland County. I was in the inaugural year, and I fortunately, with the support of this great community, was able to win that first year in terms of fundraising. And then Garrett was last year, and he killed it. Just did tons of good, raised a lot of money. And then this year we've come back in, but we've added these guys, Aaron and Jerry, which just do so much in our community. It was kind of a no-brainer. They were interested and said, "Hey, can we get involved?" And we're like, "Please get involved." And so that became Real Men of Orion, which is our group within Real Men Wear Pink. And that's unique. We're the only group they've had do this because we don't like to do things normal, as you can probably tell by Garrett's outfit. And this is a pink shirt. I know you can tell, but this is a pink shirt out there. At any rate, so we wanted to do it different. So now we can join forces because we're also involved in the community that together we think we can make an even bigger impact. And deep down, I think one of the things we've all spoken about is that we're so proud of our community, Lake Orion and North Oakland County. I don't think there's a more giving town in Oakland County or, quite frankly, in the country. And so we want to show the world that what Lake Orion really is, what we all know that live here. We're at all these events, you're at all these events with us, and we want to show the rest of the world that Lake Orion really has a bigger heart than any community, and that we're going to come together and make a lot of money for the cause, which is helping women and men that are in the battle now. This isn't for research. This is for helping those that already have breast cancer to win that fight, quite frankly, and to make it less challenging or less taxing on them. So we want to do that as a group and show the world that Lake Orion cares, Lake Orion loves, and so we are Real Men of Orion.
Now, you mentioned last year that you actually won in terms of the fundraising. How much money did you raise, and how did you go about doing that?
I didn't win per se. We had last year we won as a group. We were number one in the nation. We had a lot of great real men that just came to the table to drive awareness, and we became number one in the nation altogether.
And how much money did you guys raise?
It was almost $200K as a group. I did about, I think it was 13,000 myself.
Okay, and then you're on board now. So talk to us about, is it something where, do you wear the hat at the station? Do you wear the shirt at the station? Like, how does that work this year?
Well, I think people are going to be really shocked to see what I've got in mind. I'm going to save that surprise because you've seen pink badges out there, pink handcuffs, pink gun grips. Mine's going to be a little more loud. So I'm going to save that surprise And I'm sure anybody that gets pulled over by me during this time and I step out of that car, they're going to be shocked, but for all the right reasons. And I love to be a part of this group, and I love Lake Orion. I mean, it's the most amazing community. And when the cops say that, all right, it's a great town. We do. We have a great, we're not no crime, but we're extremely low crime. And because of that, it's the people in the community. Let's be real about this. It's the people in the community and their spirit and who they are that makes a town great, and it makes it safe. Everybody in this community has some type of cause that everyone in Orion steps up for, and we do that consistently over and over. The Miracle Field is an example of taking care of those less fortunate in our community. This to me is very personal. Everyone has some knowledge of someone who has suffered breast cancer in my family, in my department. Some of my close friends and officers in the department have suffered through their wives and their families and their mothers. I had a son when he was 9 years old, was diagnosed with cancer. One of the most important things of going through that battle, and you don't realize this, but I'm saying this to educate everybody that when someone is diagnosed with a debilitating disease, especially like breast cancer, is your entire world goes upside down. And if you're a woman, if you're a mother, and you have young children, and you have a family, and you have a job, you have to maintain those, or at least try to, as you're suffering. When my son was diagnosed, so many people came up in the community, and Kathy Coe from Ed's Broadway Gifts, Kathy and Lloyd, started a list that they took around to area restaurants and said, you know what, on chemo nights with your son and the night before and night after, we don't want you to cook. And they got together and they brought food to our homes. And it was little things like that that showed the caring in the community. And a local healthcare provider threw a party and bought him a game system because he was going to be home. He couldn't go to school, and he played games at home. The educators, the teachers, they brought all of his lessons to the house. This is what Real Men of Pink and Real Men of Orion is going to do. We're raising funds so that those types of things can be taken care of in those families. And that's the most important thing. The research is out there. There's great dynamics, great engineers, great doctors working on the cure. But Real Men of Orion is helping to raise money to work for the family, for the individual. And these dollars stay in our community. So they are targeted for people in our community that are suffering. And it's that kind of help that helps the mind, the spirit, and the body to survive this awful, awful disease.
And your son is doing better now.
He's 100%.
Wonderful. And thank you for sharing that personal story with us, because it makes it real. And I'd like to start with just a statistic regarding that. It says that according to the U.S. breast cancer statistics in 2019, an estimated 268,600 new cases of invasive breast cancer expected to be diagnosed in women in the United States. And so this is why this is so important. And I agree, Lake Orion comes together as a community. How is Parks and Recreation coming about and stepping up to help support this cause?
Well, personally for me, I lost my grandmother last year due to breast cancer. She postponed it, refused to tell anyone that she had a lump, that she had pain, and by the time it was diagnosed, it had spread throughout her whole body. So my real motivation behind this is prevention. Don't push off what you think is wrong. Tell someone, go get it checked out. Preventative maintenance, go to the doctor, do your annual checkups. And that goes for anyone, women, men. Get checked out. Let's battle this disease before it starts or right when it starts. So that's my real push on it.
We're sorry for your loss. We're certainly glad that you also shared that particular story. Let's turn back to you. Let's talk about how exactly do you plan to reach the goal that you have? Like what exactly are you guys doing?
Well, we have an initial goal, and I think all of us, I know we're going to beat the goal, but our initial goal is $10,000 in fundraising for the four of us, and we've got a lot of things planned, but there's a couple we can talk about now because they're going to be the first. And if folks remember, a couple of years ago, I camped out in front of our business on M24 I camped out in a big giant pink chair, and the community rallied. It was a lot of fun. It was a great 25 hours, and we raised a heck of a lot of money, and brought other businesses into the cause. We did interviews. We had, you guys were there. Fox 2 was there. We had some great coverage, and that all helped to raise awareness, right? As people are driving by, 60,000 cars a day, I think, driving by that. Is that right, Jerry?
Yeah, 62,543 today.
62,543. And so as they're driving by, they're seeing this community effort, which again is part of Lake Orion, part of our mission, not only raising money, but raising awareness. So last year, Garrett picked up on that, and still in front of Northern Flooring, he did the pink chair, and of course he taught me. What'd you do, how many hours?
29.
29 hours, you showboat. And so he topped me in terms of hours, and so this year we're bringing that back. But because we have a group, and because we're all a little crazy, and we like to get out a bit, we're going to actually on September 10th, we're going to spend 2 nights, 3 days out in front of Northern Flooring and Interiors with the big pink chair. So we're going to be taking shifts, doing a little trading out, but spending a lot of time together there, raising awareness. We're going to invite corporate, we're looking for corporate sponsors that want to be involved. We're going to invite the community to come hang out with us again. It kind of ends up being a big party. Not kind of, it really ends up being a big party. It's a lot of fun, but that helps raise the awareness, and that's what helps us raise the money. So that is coming up on September 10th through the 12th. And then the biggie, we are going to have the world's largest float on Lake Orion. Not a Sunday, not a root beer float for those of you out there that they're thinking A&W. We're going to have the largest float. We're going to get as many people as we can on inner tubes, on kayaks. We don't care whatever floats on Lake Orion, right off of Greens Park. And we are going to have everybody in pink shirts, which we're designing as we speak for the event. And our goal is to bring as many people as we possibly can into Lake Orion, noon on September 15th, which is a Sunday. And we're going to get our pink shirts on. Hopefully we'll have some pink floats. We see a few of those big pink flamingos will be on whatever anybody wants to float on. We're going to be out in the water, out at Greens Park. We're going to have food. We're going to have some hot dogs out there from Lockhart's Barbecue, Royal Oak Brewery's donating beer. 20 Front Street's going to bring a band out. And we have a couple other surprises coming. And we're going to hang out there, have a great time, again, raising awareness. But our real goal, we want to do some beautiful drone flyovers so that people can see this big group of pink floating in Lake Orion. And we're trying to attract the attention for next year. So we need you to come out and get your tickets for this, because we want to bring Guinness in next year. So our goal is to do this year to prove the concept, prove that we can bring people to it, so that Guinness next year will cover the biggest float on the planet, the biggest float of pink, and the biggest float period. And we want to do that in Lake Orion, because our goal is not only to raise awareness for the Cancer Society, but raise awareness about this great community we live in and how it gives back. So that is September 15th. So put it on your calendar, and you can get those tickets online. All of us will have them on our Facebook social media pages. They're Eventbrite tickets, and $25. You're going to have beer, you're going to have hot dogs, you're going to have music, you're going to have some other surprises, which we'll get into then. And you're going to be making a difference, because that money is going to go to help those fighting breast cancer today.
Now, you mentioned raising awareness. That certainly will. I want to allude to the video that you guys did on Thursday, August 8th, where we were all ready at 6 o'clock.
Did we do a video?
Oh, you guys did something in the, you were all in pink. So talk to us about who thought of that and why in the water. So tell us about how that came about.
Basically we were just talking about ways to let people know that we're in, and we do have that beautiful lake, and thought, well, in the water and dressed in pink, we're in. That kind of fit together, and we wanted to make a splash, so we thought water splash, But really, it's just another way to hopefully raise awareness and to the event and to what we're going to be doing as Real Men of Orion. So that was also it was kind of us just talking and saying, okay, let's do this and that, and we had some bigger plans. Sometimes it's hard to pull it all together, but we had it was a lot of fun. And then a few of us wandered in. Aaron, unfortunately, because he was so busy with the Miracle Field project, which we're also thankful for, wasn't able to be at that event. But the three of us ended up wandering up to town in our wet pink clothes and bar hopped and raised some awareness even that day.
And we even found a pink poodle.
We did find a pink poodle, yes.
found a pink poodle.
Yeah,
Wow.
we did.
So it was destiny.
So we had a lot of fun doing that. So really, it's just we get together. We're going to get together today after this, and we're going to strategize about the events already planned and about some other events we're talking about. And it's a group effort. We do it together.
And so would you say that Thursday, August 8th was the official day that Real Men Wear Pink started?
That's the official day for Real Men of Orion announcing.
Okay.
The actual kickoff for the county is on August 21st, so that's coming up here very soon, and we will, I believe we'll all be at that. Everybody gonna make it? Yeah. We'll all be at that, so that's down in Rochester, or as we like to call it, Orion East. So we're gonna head over there, and we're gonna be at the official kickoff, and that's when everybody gets ramping up. But we needed to get ahead of it because we wanted to get this event, or get these events out there to start building awareness, excitement, and getting people to join with us.
And how long does it last?
It runs through the end of October.
Okay.
So officially what we commit to, just so you kind of have and this is all Real Men Wear Pink across the country.
Okay.
We commit to wearing pink every day in October. Some of us take that a little further. Again, this is pink. We commit to, so we'll wear it every day in September and October, and I think these boys will join us in that. Because when you do that, it's amazing how many conversations come up. So we'll be doing that for those 2 months. It ends October 31st, and that'll be the completion of our effort.
So talk to us about that, some of the conversations that have come up. Has the public been really receptive toward men wearing pink?
Yeah.
I think definitely. I mean, I'd be standing in Home Depot last year, and even employees come up, tap you on the shoulder, thank you. I think with this campaign, it really opened my eyes to, and my favorite was sitting in the chair, because I had no place to be other than right there with the community. And, you know, they sat down with me, people told me their stories. I don't know how many times I cried myself. It was, you know, it was great that people opened up to tell their stories, and even people you're friends and acquaintance with that you really don't know that part of their life, and now you have an understanding of their passion for this. It was great and eye-opening, and that's why I like doing this.
Very well put. It's pretty amazing. You guys are in for a treat in the sense you don't realize until you do this how many people already in your life that have been touched by breast cancer. But I'd have complete strangers come up to me at walks or at different events. I'd show up. I did a lot of kind of crazy events, and as did Garrett. And people would just come up to you and thank you, and immediately start telling you stories. I felt some of the stories I wasn't really ready to hear, quite frankly, because they were pretty tough. But it shows, I think it reinforced for both of us, and will for these guys, that we're doing the right thing, and that it does matter. It does matter. Even the day we did the jump into the lake, August 8th, there was a gentleman fishing, and I think he said he lived in Pontiac. Great, really nice guy. And then there was another family there. They weren't Lake Orion families, either of them. And they both came up and started talking to us. What are you guys up to? What's going on? And then the gentleman that was fishing there started to tell me about his wife's fight with breast cancer and how they will be out August 31st. I hope you're watching out there because it's September 15th now. No, I know, but he will be there. In fact, we'll have to go down there August 31st just to tell him, no, I'm sorry, we switched it. But they were like, we will be there, and thank you so much for you. And that's just what happens. And so I like to say that it's kind of selfish because we get so many thanks and so much appreciation for it. And again, I look forward to you guys getting to just get that part of it, because it is incredibly rewarding.
And I want to say a message to everybody. The fact that we're having this conversation, the fact that we're here, and the fact that it is so prevalent is that it's out of control. Cancer is affecting so many people's lives. Everyone has a story. We know that. That's why we're all in. But we want to arrest cancer. So I need your help. These guys have been sworn in. So what I need you to do is raise your right hand and help us round up cancer in Oakland County, specifically in Lake Orion, and join our crew swear to help us out. Go to our social media pages, find Real Men of Orion, donate, come to the events, and help us round up the real criminals for the next 2 months, and that's cancer. And you can be a part of our crew by joining us at these events, by donating to the cause, and help us reach those goals and make Lake Orion proud. But most importantly, help us slow cancer down and help everyone who is suffering to have something in their lives that makes them a little more comfortable.
And I can't think of a better
was
close.
so well said.
That was very well put, and thank you. And certainly we want to continue supporting you guys, and we wish you all the best success.
Well, we're going to invite you out to everything. We'd love to have you out out in front of the store on the 10th through the 12th, out at the event on the 15th. But we will. We have some other tricks up our sleeve, and really, it's just think of it as a community event. For those of you who are watching, like, I don't know, I don't know those guys, or I don't know if I want to go to this or that. I promise you, every time we do these types of things, everybody has a good time. Everybody comes together for the same cause, and quite frankly, it's just a lot of fun, and we're making a difference. And I can't think of a better mix. So we hope that all of the community will come out and support this effort and show the rest of the world that what Lake Orion really is, which is the most giving, caring community on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. I know I went from country earlier to planet, but just get a little excited when we start talking.
Well, thank you, Real Men Wear Pink. Thank you, Real Men of Orion. And thank you for watching. I'm Stacy Calloway. That'll do it for this edition of Orion Outreach Real Men Wear Pink. We'll see you next time. If you're interested in donating to the Real Men Wear Pink cause, make a check payable to American Cancer Society and write Real Men of Orion in the memo line. You can also drop off donations to Northern Flooring, the Lake Orion Police Department, or the Orion Area Chamber of Commerce office.